Change today. From the president outlining today in these remarks where he is going about what their national strategy is going to be. And it could be one that is much more government controlled than it is state controlled, as you saw with the last approach. That was really something.
Hello.
Good evening, gentlemen. Yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening, professional colleagues. Yeah, Happy New Year. Let's begin the meeting. Can somebody pray for us? Let's begin the meeting.
Assistant Vice Chairman, have you called the meeting to order?
Yes, that's what I'm doing now.
So call the meeting to order formally.
Okay. The meeting is hereby called to order. The chairman will join us. He's informed me that he will join us shortly. But however, we need to begin the meeting. So let's Anastasia Iyoriovi, pray for us, please. Can you pray for us, please? Anastasia.
In Jesus' name. Good evening, professional. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
Commit this opportunity not to Lord take control of this meeting. Not to Lord, all that we delegate today will be successful. Take care of all that we do. We commit our members in this district here. We commit the executive. We ask you to take care of us. We ask you, Lord, to take care of the activity. In the mighty name of Jesus. We ask you, Lord, to guide all that we do and delegate son in Jesus' name. In Jesus'
Amen.
name.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. So let's look at the agenda for the meeting. It should be displayed, please. Can it be displayed? So the agenda for the meeting. Opening prayer, number one, opening prayer that has been taken. Apologies. Any apology? Yes, let's look at the agenda. Technical session, reading and adoption of the meeting, minutes of the meeting of the large general of December 10, 2020, matters arising from the minutes, 2021 calendar of events, update of ICANN Lagos and District Building Project, update on migration to Telegram, 9, update on HMO scheme, 10, any other business, recognition of January birthday celebrants, and closing prayer. Is there anything to add or subtract? Let's look at it together. Anything to add or subtract? If there is nothing to add, can somebody move for adoption of this agenda for the meeting? Can somebody move?
Good evening, everyone. I, Augustina Lemuel, hereby move the motion to be adopted. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I, Akimbumi Akinshala Akinde, membership number 034643, hereby second the motion for the adoption of the agenda.
Thank you very much. Then apologies. Any apology? Apologies for this meeting. Do we have apology?
Mr. Vice Chairman, as at the beginning of this meeting, the Secretary did not receive any apologies. So if any other person have apologies, it can be brought up. But Secretary received no apologies from any member. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the next item on the do we have our technical session ready?
Mr.
Over
Chairman,
to the technical session. Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, as at the time of this minute, the technical secretary has not submitted any technical section. So that there will be somebody that will speak in between the meeting. So let's keep that meeting, that's agenda for now, and we'll get back to it when the person is ready. Thank you very much.
Okay. So reading the next item there will be reading and adoption of minutes of the last meeting. Can we look at, and it can be displayed? Meeting.
Host, can you display the minutes?
Yes, it's been displayed. Can we look at it? Was circulated and now it's been displayed.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen and colleagues, the minutes has previously been shared to everyone through their email and through the WhatsApp groups. So I think we should run through it page by page if there is any observations for correction. So page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7, page 7, page 8, page 8, page 9, Mr. Chairman, that is the end of the minute. I don't know if anybody has any objections from the minutes. If there is none, can somebody who is in the meeting move a motion for the adoption of the minutes?
I, Onene Osila Obelo Shoko, membership number 8626, move for the adoption of the minutes.
I, Chukwemeka Ebizie, membership number 35536, hereby second the motion for adoption of the minutes.
Thank you very much. Can all those in support say aye?
Aye.
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 Can those against say nay?
They're not here.
Mr. Chairman, the ayes have it. The minute has been read and adopted for discussion. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Matters arising. The next item on the agenda is matters arising from the minutes. Matters arising from the minutes. specifically, the secretary, can you take us through specific items, matters arising from the minutes?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The matters arising are part of what is enumerated at the agenda. Host, can you focus the agenda again? Yes, the matters arising has to do with issues that are contained in the agenda, which has been encapsulated in the agenda, talking about 21 calendar of events, the update on the ICANN building project, the update on the migration to Telegram, and then the update on the HMO scheme. These are the core issues that are outstanding and which was captured in the minutes. Can maybe we take them one after the other, Mr. Chairman?
Thank you very much. The next item there will be 2021 calendar of events. 2021 calendar events. 2021 calendar of events. And it's being displayed. District meetings, executive committee meetings, sub-committee meetings, forum with past president, past chairman, custody visit to corporate organizations, forum with CEO, stroke CFOs, forum with new ICANN inductees, the role of market access and B2B meetings in after trade and section and services, professional development of members in key areas, corporate online training for MCP, and then MCP accreditations, catch them young. Catch them young, investiture of president, investiture to presidential visit. Catch them young again. ICANN conference, sharing experience, year-end events, 2021 Western Zonal Conference, AGM. Key issues. ICANN conference. So let's look at the calendar, and then any specific issue that one may think, and let's comment on it. Does anybody have any reservations, comments, contributions to this calendar?
Yeah. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
Yeah, can I make some comments here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman was supposed to take us through this whole thing, but we are standing in for her because she's still on the way. She's caught up somewhere. The calendar displayed is part of what we had projected, what we had planned out for since the advert. Please, can other people be muted so that there will be less noise from the background? Okay, so this is the activity that the district has proposed to have with respect to, now we should be looking at January, February, March, April to May. The life of this current ESCO will elapse in May, which is in line with the presidential year. So all the activities remaining between January, February, March, and April are what has been planned. Now we have the executive committee meeting, which is regular, the district meetings, which is regular. We've already outlined them for the weeks they are supposed to hold. we are still within time. January meeting is being held now at the third week, simply because we are not able to. I mean, we had planned that because we know the festivities of Christmas and New Year will disrupt things. So that's why. So that is holding. So we also expect that the subcommittees that has been inaugurated will also hold their regular interactions. Now we propose plans has been, provisions has been made within the months where the subcommittees can hold their meetings. The main focus here is the courtesy visits to corporate bodies, which is planned for, which is being proposed for. Oh, sorry, forum with CEOs, which is proposed for February. We are still working towards that. So that's the major events that the district executive will want to embark upon. That is as far as engagement and meetings are concerned. Now we have, if you go to the second aspect of it, we have the capacity development area, which has to do with our professional trainings. Now, which has to do with our professional trainings. Now, these also are things we want to hold with. Unfortunately, the first item, which is the role of market access, which we are expected, we had one in December, we expect to have a second one in January, is not holding because of some logistics arrangements. But that has not been ruled off the table. So we have other ones in February and in March, which is for professional development for members in key areas, which is still part of our normal monthly meeting, what do you call it now? A training period. So this will still be on course. But the events is where I think we need more clarification. The investiture held in November last year, which was okay, but we didn't have a presidential visit. So presidential visit is going to be planned within this calendar, January to May, January to April, because as at now the president calendar is so full. So we are still working with the secretary to give us a date for the president to visit the district. Well, for the past 2 years now, for last year we didn't have a presidential visit because of tight schedule and because of the COVID that came in between. So by this year, we'll make sure that as a panel district, we get the president to visit the district. We're also talking about sharing experience. We were supposed to have held one in December, but they couldn't hold. So we are looking at between February and March, we'll have a sharing experience. And it has always been very, very, rewarding, even the one we had last time, being 2019. The Western Zonal Conference will come up in February, towards the middle of, it's in March, sorry. It's no longer February, it's going to be in March. The Western Zonal Conference. Unfortunately, it's not far from us. It's going to be held at Mowe. More details will be emerging as the day goes by, but it's going to be held at Mowe in the month of March. It's not February. Can you please go down a bit? Can you please go down a bit? So, okay, no, that seems to be the all. The other important issue there is the AGM, which we are all going to be looking up to in the month of May. So this is the draft of our program for the year. Now, if members have anything to ask questions or to make suggestions as to what we want to increase, to put into a place, we are open for them so that we can collate all of them, and then in our next meeting we might see how we can have that updated. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very
much, Mr. Lester.
Yeah, go on.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, Vice. I've been following through, just that I'm not at a very convenient place.
Oh, okay, the chairman is back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Chairman.
Okay. Good evening. I've been
You're welcome, through. Chairman. You're welcome, Chairman.
Thank you. Thank you. It's always good to sit back and watch. And I must commend the Vice Chairman. I must commend the General Secretary. You've been doing a fantastic job throughout this meeting. Very good job. Thank you. And to the members, I say Happy New Year. I say a warm welcome and happy to meet with everyone back after the entire season. COVID has been quite troubling, but we're happy we've not recorded any loss. So I appreciate everyone and say welcome once more.
You're welcome.
All right, delving into the, thank you. Delving into the calendar, the General Secretary, thank you for all the rundown. Vice, thank you for the rundown. The AGM, which we are planning for end of the year, we know it's very key. Several activities will be laid down within it. So just to prepare our members' mind, this is part of what the past chairman had asked us to prompt our members. There's a bylaw in the district. A new one is going to take effect this January. That will be communicated to all the members. So let's get ourselves abreast. The financial issues. So please ensure to use with the district. The bylaw is our Bible. Take it up. We can see that contributions through subcommittee. Contributions through executive has made this league. Get yourselves rates. You will say you're putting business network is improved. So let's prepare our mind. But at the next meeting, I think at that point, the executive engaged on it. The General Secretary, I think our questions on the is, if you can give us a rundown on this, the newsletter, volume 2, at least it shows a scorecard of what we were able to achieve.
Hello?
Can you please display that? And
Secretary, can you display the newsletter? Mr. Chairman, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Do I continue?
Lester. Yes, review the newsletter, Lester, please.
Oh, okay. I will have given the honor to the Social and Public Secretary, whose department is responsible for this, to run us through. I don't know if the Social and Public Secretary is there. It's one ESCO. That is her job. So I will give her the honor of running members through her work. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
All right, thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, Shehu.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, good evening, Shehu.
Yeah.
Okay, Happy New Year to you once again. Just a minute, please. I'm trying to just call up the newsletter for the last quarter, October to December 2020. Okay, the document or the newsletter has been circulated, and we're still going to reshare it maybe tomorrow. It's a document of, I think, about how many pages? 25 pages. So because of time, I'm not going to go through it in details. And I'm just going to make a quick highlight of the events that took place between October and December 2020. So under the special events, we had the investiture and the launch of the ICANN LDS building project. And shortly after that, we Also, the chairman and the general secretary attended the Southern Zonal Conference, which took place, I think, in Calabar, one of the southern states. And after that, we went back to Holy Child College and we gave prizes to the students who participated and did well at the Catch Them Young program that we did. Sometimes second quarter, third quarter of last year. For the technical session in the month of October 2020, the topic was implication of the AFCFTA Trade and Services Protocol, implications for Nigerian accountants. Professor Jonathan Haremu took us on that session. If you missed it, you can have a brief of what we talked about on the newsletter. In November, we had Dr. Akaimo Hodon. He spoke to us about the state of the nation. We also have a brief of what that session was all about in the newsletter. And then in December, we didn't have a technical session. But after that, we had a boot camp. There was a courtesy visit to His Royal Majesty by the executives of the district. And after that, we had a boot camp session for entrepreneurs in Iruland. Few members of our district actually took the courses. We had the likes of Samuel Okoye, Alistair Wilcox, Christopher Eyoke, Martin Zepaye, Fatai Hadeshino, Olabisi Ogundipe, and Akinshola Akinbumi. They took various sessions at the boot camp entrepreneurship program, and where we had over 56 participants of entrepreneurs within the catchment area who attended, participated, and they were certificated for that program. Okay, just a minute, please. Okay, so under the members' notable events, the representative of the Events and Planning Committee attended Dr. Adebola Olubanjo's 75th birthday, and we also had a wedding in December where, you know, the ESCOs with also members of the Events and Planning Committee also represented the district, and, you know, and they honored the celebrants. Okay, so we've run through the upcoming events shortly before this presentation, and just a recap of that has been stated also on the newsletter as a reminder. We have the session for the annual subscription. It's a new year, so we employ members of the district to make good their commitments to the district. And for the building project, yes, we have the account details as well for donations to be made. Okay, so one major thing I should also emphasize is we have our website. That's one of the to-do lists for this chairmanship here, and so we already have the website running. You can visit it to make donations for the building project and also to get more information about the district activities. Thank you.
Thank you very
Over
much.
to you, Vice Chair. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, the Social Publicity Secretary. That was a good work. Just to emphasize, the conference in Calabar is the statutory conference that the chairman of each district must attend in order to attend the district committee meetings. So that's why the chairman and the secretary were in Calabar for that meeting. I think it's going to be about 4 in a year because there's always a district society committee meetings in every zonal conference. So just for clarity, that's why, and that meeting was attended. We have always attended it. I mean, chairman and secretaries have always attended that meeting from every district of the institute. Just a clarification. I think for the national conference coming up, at some point, the social and policy secretary will also need to brief the House properly as to the plans for the national conference, which we hope will hold, all things being equal, in April. So at the appropriate time, the social and policy secretary will be able to brief the House as to how far her plans have gone. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I revert back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, the General Secretary. And thank you for the clarifications and everything. The Social and Publicity Secretary will say kudos. This is the second volume of the newsletter. A lot of work went into this, from collecting content, putting the documentations right, internal reviews and all the edits, and then sending it to the editor, to the media guy to do all the graphics. I think the House needs to make comments and commend the Social and Publicity. Secretary for her efforts. Can we have comment? Let me see it in Ibek and Ediken and
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I can hear the comments. Okay.
My name is Ifeanyi Chukwusisioma, membership number 24691. I also want to say Happy New Year to every one of us. And we do pray that the year is going to be a great one for us. In Jesus' name. Well, the publicity secretary has done a great job. But I want to plead for one thing, which is a sustainability. Over time, from the past experience, we have had fabulous experiences from this quarter. There was a time we used to have printouts, newsletter printouts on monthly basis. But in between the line, it dies off. So it's a good time that we're starting well this time around. I just want to plead that we sustain this tempo so they will not go down the road again. Once again, thank you for the great job done, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sani. Thank you. All right. So we can actually pick out one thing again, Annette. The district has launched its website. That wasn't there before, but with the efforts of this executive team, we've been able to come upstream. The website is still under construction. It's live. It's actually warehousing the donations for the building committee, for the building project. But more work will have to be done by the social and publicity, the events and planning group. And they are actually ready to do that. So if you have your comments, you can still send it down to the General Secretary, to the Secretariat, so that the events and planning team can capture that while making sure that our website will be quite robust and will represent us as professionals. Within the scorecard, an item is there for clarification, which is very key. We have the building project. Hello? Okay. The building project was launched within the investiture program last year, November. Okay. Was launched within the building last year, November, the investiture project. Basically, a launch is a takeoff, as in open to discussions. And in trying to describe the objective behind the building project is basically from the description, just can you flash this, please? Let me just read through a bit. Scroll up a bit, okay. So it's to establish a quality multipurpose complex consisting of a resource center and an accommodation facility, not basically a guest house. So this it has been designed to create a quality professional and leisure experience for the Institute, members, families, and customers of all ages. The location will serve the entire country, foreigners, and will concentrate on providing a proactive professional experience for members, families, individuals, and corporations, businesses, schools, and special interest groups. ICANN LDS will offer its customers an attractive, economical, and worthwhile opportunity. This project is a private sector led, which is the Institute and our districts, funding, construction, and management of the facilities. Partners are to be provided with concession and enabling environment. It is a 5-year plan with a kickoff phase, which is the project 1, estimated at 50 million naira. The anticipated total cost, 250 million naira. We had done this preamble last year, but this year, the essence of bringing it back up is to provide more clarity for the project. The project we are anticipating that the streams of income will be in about 3 folds. The first fold, which is donation. Donation in the sense that it's a free will donation. Give what you have. The widow's mite is okay. In that approach, we are looking at sending it directly to the bank account or getting it through the crowdfunding, which we had launched in December as well and is ongoing. We have another method of the donation, which is corporate donation. With the corporate approach, we are in the process and we have started that, writing letters to corporate organizations. Early this year, we visited our patron to run this same calendar through with the grand patron, which is the Oba Bioniru of Iruland. And we are thinking that in approaching corporate organizations, we are taking strategic steps, not just dropping letters with corporate organizations. We are going through referrals. We are going through notable bodies that can say, yes, give ICANN Lagos and District this fund for this project. Last year, we all witnessed that same strategic step, bringing Oba Otudeko to the launch. So this year, we had embarked on it as well. We were able to make that delegation to our grand patron, and some leads have been given. So we're still employing and saying, this is our project. If we have leads, not just write letters or 20 letters to everybody in the island, it doesn't work that way. If you have leads, please guide us. We are ready to make that step and that courtesy to the company to go put down our letter for this project to be able to rise. With the project 1, 50 million naira, the process or the approach, the Institute has put down a match funding of 50% of that 50 million. If the district is able to provide the land, provide the 25 million, the Institute will match that funding with an extra 25 million. Basically, the drawings, the architectural work, the construction will be handled by the project department in the Institute. What we will be doing from the district for project 1 will be monitoring and evaluation to make sure that the work is going as anticipated. For the project 2, Lagos and District Society has put that down as an enabler, or we'll say a complementary project beside the project A. What are we complementary? We are putting down an accommodation facility whereby if you are visiting our project 1, which will have a library, it will have a conference center. There is no need, if you have a conference, you will now go outside looking for where to keep your attendees or participants. You can also book the accommodation center to be able to warehouse those that will be attending that project. So that project is where we are now saying that the model of funding is also through the grant, through the crowdfunding grant, but we have added an extra key. That extra key is the investment approach. The investment approach, the building committee within the district will sit back and analyze the processes, making sure that whatever process that we put in place is within the institute's regulations and processes for whatever project that they want to do. But plan is, if you invest in the project, there will be residue. There will be return on your investment at the end of the year. A tip of the iceberg. If we say the baseline for this investment is 100,000 and the room rate is about 20,000, meaning automatically you own a 5-room. This is as at now. We all understand the NPV system. If we say that this project will be up and running in 5 years' time, at that point, the cost of the room might be 40,000. It means that your initial investment is now worth 40,000, which you are able to sell as points, not that you own a particular room. Points. It means you have 5 points, 5 usages of that room at that time. You can imagine. So if you're not able to sell your points, a model also will be built in an instance whereby profits accruing from that your investment will be given to you after removing the management fees. So this particular process is what I say the building project will put this strategy document properly and communicate to the house on how the investment arm will work. The other approach for the funding, which we are looking at and which we deliberated at the executive, it is not finite, but it is the one we have brought to the floor, saying because the executive deliberated and said, bring it to the floor, bring it to the members so that it will be discussed and a way forward can be taken. And that is the one we are bringing to the house. Which one is that? The executives feel that this project is our baby. Yes, we are trying the approach of crowdfunding, meaning we have put up a project, but the owners are sitting back and saying, let the crowd fund it. The executive did not really think that it makes a very good, responsible approach. That the members of this district, which in our register, we have about 1,000 members as at today. Though financial members are less than that. Financial members are less than 500. But if we go by that register of members and say all members will have to have a development levy around them, and that development levy, we're not saying paid at once, over a period of 12 months. That particular value is what we are bringing here. The executives proposed, correct me if I'm wrong, about 50,000 naira. But that is open for discussion within this meeting. If we say yes, or if the members say, I suggest any other approach, it will be taken. So I think it's open for discussion. If any member or any of the executives, do we have any addition in that regard, or have I represented our thoughts well?
Yes, you have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's open to the General House to review, please. Any comments, any suggestions on approach? Or do we say it's good to go?
Hello, good evening, my chairman.
Good evening.
This is Kabir Barijoku. Membership number 19272. Sorry, I just need clarification. The clarification is on this 50,000. Though the executive have suggested that you lay down 50,000 for 12 months. If you spread it as development levy, we spread it over 1 year. And I'm just trying to, recall so that at least I will know whether I'm really on the, right track. And over a period of 1 year, are we saying this money is for the investment or for the first project? So I just want to have the clarification around. I don't have problem about the 50,000. If you can spread it over 1 year, it's okay as a development levy. It's okay. But are we looking at it on the first project or on the second project? Or are we combining the two projects together? I don't know. Just a clarification on that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, this is Bernard Carena.
Okay.
Membership number 6956. Do I have the floor, ma?
Yes, you have, Bernard. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think personally, I will want us to be a bit careful. Careful in the sense that we need to levy members. I think our district, we are trying to bring in members. This might be a source or an avenue to push them back. We all know the condition in which majority of our members are now in this period. Based on your representation, you said we have about 1,000 members, 500 financial members, which means about 50% are the ones paying their subscription. So definitely, if you put on a levy, the implication is that either 50% or less than that will be the people that will contribute this amount. I want to suggest that with the clout of members, if we are all committed to this project, we should be able to get this amount in, not necessarily levying anybody. Personal donation, if we are committed, then donation from people around us. We are in the service industry, majority, So we should be able to bring in people that will be committed to our cause, that will be able to give us substantial amounts instead of passing the burden to individual members as development levy. I so submit. Thank you.
Thank you so much. More comments, please, so that we can take the responses together. Are there more comments?
Good evening, my chairman.
Good evening, Fatai.
My name is Fanuopo Zenith, membership number 14451. I will want to speak in support of those, the first two speakers. The timing, when we are launching this project, the timing, the economy as it is right now, and the general outlook. Getting donation these days from companies is an uphill task. Almost all companies are cutting costs, cutting people, and trying to survive. So I would rather suggest that we look very critically at that investment options where people buy point, as you say, and bring money into the table. People have a stake in the project, and over time, they recoup whatever they've invested. Levy now is going to be very, very difficult to get in. I mean, based on the statistics you rail out, 50% are only financial member. I don't think even all the 50% will be able to come up with the levy. So we might have members who will be willing to invest in this project. I think I see a path forward in that, idea. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Chairman.
Good evening, Ken.
Yeah, my name is Chukwemeka Ibizie, membership number 35536. I'm of the opinion that the ESCOs, you guys have done a great job, and everything has been laid down on the table. And whatever good you must have, you must make sacrifices. Nothing good comes easy. And we have a couple of options here, which is donations from outside and within, and then the one on points, and then the one for development levy. So I think we are the ones that will enjoy this thing if it finally comes to fruition. The idea of the development levy is not a bad thing, on the ground that it's not going to be paid in 1 month. You have clearly said it will be spread over 12 months. And anyone that is serious should believe God that in the 12, out of the 12 months, God should make provision. And then you budget it, put it in your budget. Even if it's 2,000, 5,000, you keep, paying. Before long, we'll be able to clear it out. So it's our desire that we'll have this thing come to pass. So if we're going to enjoy it, make ourselves comfortable, have our meetings, have our conferences and all that, I believe in this flat rate development levy also, in addition to other sources of income. So I wouldn't know if it's what I am suggesting, if that 50,000 is too much on us. Something like 30,000 will be fine, instead of scrapping it completely based on economic reasons. We know that by God's grace, we are on COVID and it won't last forever. So if we can't go for that 50K, we should be looking at 30K and let all of us participate in it and make it happen. So that's from it.
Thank you very much.
Hi there, guys. Can you see?
Thank you so much.
At their house.
Okay.
Yes,
Do we have more comments?
Sorry,
Yes, Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry to just pop in now. Is it possible for us to know why we only have 50% members paying? Did we do any statistics to know why 50% are not paying? Because we need this money. If they are members, subscription is compulsory. So why are they not paying? Is it due to lack of job or lack of commitment?
Okay, that has been taken as well. Or let me just respond to the statistics one. The building project responses, we'll give them in totality. For the statistics, out of the 1,000, there are lots of issues around the names. Some are friends that just visited our district and we have them in our register. With this migration to Telegram, we are fishing that out. So this statistics, the register that we're carrying that is 1,000 will now become more realistic. A typical example, we have the General Secretary of Calabar District in our register, and she doesn't even know she's in our register. She says she just escorted a friend to our meeting. We have, during last tenure, when the donation for COVID was done, a statistics was run, and about 200 and something are out of job. But Our subscription, remember, is just 5,000 naira. So that is a bit of the challenge. That's responding to the financial members in our list. Okay, we can take more questions on the building project so that holistically we can deal with it. Are there more suggestions?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, my Akimbumi Akinshola 034643. I just want to say that I support the development levy idea. I think it's a step in the right direction for us to achieve our planned aim.
Okay, thank you, Akinshola. Any other comments? We're keeping it quite open to hear everyone out. Or if you don't want to speak within the meeting, you can still private chat, but it's a lot better to discuss here so that clarity will be given immediately. Please, the House, the floor is open. No matter how bad, please put it out. We will handle. Okay. So let me respond to the questions and concerns. The first one, the question was put forward. The development levy, is it going to just be a donation or will it be tagged as investment? I will take it back to the executive so that it will be structured very well. But top of my head, since we are saying we are owners of this project, it should be tagged an investment such that that ownership will be there for the members as a first hand before we even start, before it is being subscribed by external people. Then there was a question again, are they donating towards the first project or the second project? The project is a ballpark, which is a 250 estimate. We have only said project A is 50. So we will start with the first phase. It will be done in phases. Once the money is realized for the 25 million, the first project will take off. It's a 5-year project, but delivered in phases. So the donation is towards the total project cost. Or investment is towards the total project cost, if that answers that one. Then secondly, I can see concerns here that donation levy should not step down, but should be reviewed based on the economic factors and making sure we don't drive our members. I can see a higher number comment on let's review it further and utilize other options. We have kept this floor open because we're actually doing like a PDP, like a house, the A's and the I's, so that we will say the house said it. And that is why we have kept it open for others to comment. Please remember, after this meeting, if we go by any particular approach, it is the house that has decided. And from the count that I have just done here, I think the count of review other options is actually on a higher scale than the count of let's go by the levy development fund. Am I right in that, or are they equal? We want this to be very democratic so that it will not be an imposition and so that members can be comfortable to go by it. If it's on a higher scale, we have the opportunity to upscale whichever model that we want. Please. Which model should work? I think they are balanced at the moment. We just need a striking number so that we can say the House has taken a decision that this is the approach. The executives, can anyone chip in?
Yes, Martin.
Business model is okay.
So from the various submissions, members have supported, in fact, that every member of the district should identify positively with the project. All of us will benefit. and members coming after us will equally benefit when this project is done. So that issue of development levy is going to hold, while we also pursue other sources of finance, because the money involved is quite huge. No matter the time, if we shift this project to next year, the cost will be higher. So the right time to start is now. And we do it now, in fact, the cost will be less for us than shifting it to next year or 5 years' time, and so on and so forth. So we have to go on with the development levy. The basis is anybody that cannot pay whatever we agree at once can spread it over the 1 year. Those who have the means can pay the levy at once, while we pursue other sources of finance. And after this, people can equally make, apart from the development levy, those who have more, who can still make further investment into the project can still do that. Because it is the more you donate, the more benefit you get in the long run.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Martin. There's another person at the background. I didn't pick the name. That was trying to say something.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman.
Good evening.
And everybody. With the harsh economic realities of this COVID-19, I think I'll go for the investment option. Thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, oh. I didn't hear you very well.
Okay, I said with what is on ground at the moment, I think I will support the investment option.
Okay.
Where members will invest and then get a return in the future.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we do appreciate everything.
Supported by Chief Oladune also.
Okay, so Chief. Hi, Chief. Good evening.
Yes, investment option is better. My chairman.
Well,
some people are struggling to pay their annual levy of 5K. So if you ask them to pay development levy, it will become an additional burden. But let investment option be developed, and then people will know that they are investing, not that they are just giving the money to this institute, and that they will get future returns. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Chairman, I also support the investment option, but just to like a question, so would the investment now be in multiples of 50,000? As in such that would 50,000 represent a unit, or is it a measurement of the investment? Just asking.
Okay, the investment will go as a point-based. So point-based, that value for the point-based, I gave you a typical example. I said we can use a baseline of 20,000 for a room rate as at now. But in 5 years, that your room rate will become 40. So if you put 50,000, it means you have 2.5 points, not up to 3 points. Do you understand? But this, the value to it, I would take this back. The project team, which will be like a strategic team that will walk through this project as done in the institute, will sit back and work out the actual value that we will say your investment for 1 point is XYZ amount. That will be thoroughly worked out, and a strategy document will be shared to all members. What we are doing at the moment is a preamble. Does this answer your question, please?
Please, my name is still Emeka Ebizie. I want to be clear on this investment. I am thinking that if we go by that option, or if it carries the day, it will allow a little fraction of the district members to participate on this, because not everybody may have that fund to invest on that. So we leave it for those who could invest. I am asking, why don't you run along this development levy in addition to all these other options, including investment, outsourcing to other people and all that? We are the one to enjoy this. So let's spread our net to getting these inflows, not only on investment. We need to sacrifice and make little commitment as a levy. Thank God we have the room to spread it out. If there is a will, we can make it. So let's not just look at one month, this month or February or March, that things are so hard. Even if as worse, we can bring it to 20,000 naira, including all these other options. That's my submission, please.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you. So we have had several numbers on the development levy. We have had 50,000, we have had 30,000, we have 20,000. How do we arrive at a given number? Do we use the median mode? I just want us to decide now, or the executives, do you think we should take it back? 50, 30, 20, that's 100. Median is 50, that's not still good. Oh no, median is 33, which is not still good. Do we take it back or use the median mode?
Mr. Chairman, the options they are all coming from the same person, not from various. Yes, is the options are coming from the same person. I don't think we should do that.
Okay. So I need a bailout, a neutral person that has been listening, a bailout in this, so that we can take a decision on which the approach is.
Madam Chairman.
Yes, please.
Please, I don't know. I have to apologize that I have not been on some of our meetings, but at least I've been following from from our platform, the development regarding the project. I think I don't know whether there is a committee that is already handling this. That committee will recommend options, including investment of the type of investment that could be done. We have experts in house. We do it in our organizations, and then they can give us a like you said, strategy paper that everybody will be circulated to everybody, and then it will inform our final decision. So we have the resources in the house to set up to come out with investment vehicle that will help us to run the project, and then people will know that yes, this is what they are keen into. That's just my suggestion, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So that's the bailout I was looking for. Thank you, Chief. We'll adopt that process, take it back to the project committee, and all the comments that has been stated here will be taken into consideration. And while communicating the strategy document, the path forward will now be communicated. So thank you everyone for expressing your views. Thank you so much. This is well taken. The good news in all of the submissions is that the ownership we still have that ownership mentality amongst us, knowing that this is our baby. So thank you, House. The General Secretary. From the agenda presented, the calendar for the year, I know you called for questions or clarifications. It's something that we'll take before we get to the next topic. Do we have any questions or clarifications from the agenda, from the calendar for this year? You called for that before we digressed backwards. So that's why I'm taking it back there. Do we have any questions on the calendar for the year, please, House? Mainly at the event section, we have the next one. Okay, yes. Investitures of presidential visits, which has been duly clarified by the General Secretary and the Vice Chairman. Catch them young. Basically, we have the boot camp with Oniru. Foundation. there were key highlights in what we now have that it will be standing within the districts. It's been established orally, but we need it documented. Quarterly bootcamp project was purely done in goodwill, but this year the districts will be able to get some revenue from carrying out that program, and it will help in sustaining the district. The good news from it as well is that most of our members our members were purely the facilitators of this program. They now are involved in a group WhatsApp chat where these 50 participants are in. And you guess what? These 50 participants have financial processes, so as in like creating their bank, what do we call that? Their financial statements, issues on taxes, which these our facilitators are helping them to handle at a token. So we've been able to create an avenue whereby our members will earn some income or earn some little margin, provide services through provision of services to these participants at a token. So it's actually a wealth creation and a job creation for our district as well. And for the districts, we are getting revenue into our pockets. So capacity building is ongoing. The next one for this year will be taking place in March. So quarterly, this project will happen. We also have the ICANN conference, which when it is in the agenda, the Social and Publicity Secretary will come up and tell us her plans. Sharing experience will be taken within the presidential visits. We have mopped them in together, where we will handle all within the presidential visits. And then we have 2021. The item that is actually missing here, inauguration of ICANN Bonny Kingdom District. Our district now has a baby. We are the mothers of, we're able to sponsor ICANN Bonny Kingdom. What was on our mind when we were doing this? We were, you know that the biggest West African gas project is with NLNG. And NLNG is in Bonny. That's the refinery, but their office is in Port Harcourt. So most of our members, which are basically some of the partner bodies, are part of those providing professional services for this NLNG Train 7 in Bonny. And if our members just go over there, that will be urban migration or rural migration, whatever title that we give it. And we're going to lose those members for nothing. But if we are able to give birth to ICANN Bonny Kingdom and District, we'll still keep in tab. Now, what we have been able to do with NLNG themselves is to put forward our proposal that we want a training partnership. So right now, we are in the vendor registration process with NLNG to provide capacity development, in-house trainings for their members. That process is ongoing. And if established, just the same way we have been able to establish that of the bootcamp, we'll have regular trainings from that source for the district to sustain us and what we are doing. So that relationship is on. There are so many other benefits that we're actually accruing. The accountancy departments in the Polytechnic there, we've been able to help them to establish it. That is our first baby. Within Lagos, you can see what we have been able to do as well. So that program in March, most of our members are part of the inauguration committee and the discussions are ongoing for that. The AGM we've talked about it. So if there are questions or concerns as well, please, so that we can provide clarity. The General Secretary had called for questions, we can still take it. The House, please.
Madam Chair.
Yes, please, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. It's a good development. Does it involve any financial obligations on our part? Thank you.
Okay, no financial obligations, rather revenue. Because as the sponsor district, we will help them to channel things. And fortunately, whatever it will take to put up that inauguration will be raised by the sponsored district, and even our own cost will be taken care of within that. So no financial implications from our side. Okay. So if there are no more questions on the calendar, we will now move to the next activity on the agenda. Thank you so much. The agenda, please. I saw migration to Telegram. So on the migration to Telegram, the Social and Publicity Secretary, please. Updates on activities there.
Thank you, my chairman. So I would like to appreciate everyone who has come on board on Telegram. As we speak, we have a total of 176, which just represent about 45% of financial members as at end of 2020. So 3 things to us here as members of the district. Number 1, we need to make good our financial stand. So because for the first phase of the migration, we're just concentrating on financial members. So if you haven't paid up your dues, kindly do so that we can bring you on board, because the Telegram platform is a closed one. So we're not going to share the link. You can't even find it if you search. So the Secretariat is the only one who can actually add you to that platform. So number 2, if you have actually downloaded and you're a financial member, maybe you've got some security settings that has not enabled us to add you. So kindly disable such so that we can add you with ease. Number 3, we want to actually plead that everyone should save the district, the Secretariat number as a contact, so that also would enable us to have a seamless broadcast to you, because the 55% of financial members who have not been added is as a result of the fact that some of them are not on the current WhatsApp platforms, but they get broadcasts from our Secretariat line. But because they haven't saved that number as a contact, it will just show up as an anonymous. And even for the Secretariat, if you have saved the number as a contact, when the Secretariat does the broadcast, so all the lines, like, private chatting, calls as one-on-one, everything goes through. So only those people who have saved that number as a contact. So it doesn't get to those who have not saved. So she has now to start sending those messages one after the other, which apparently, takes a whole lot of time. So we will keep broadcasting this on the platform to say, kindly save these numbers as the Secretariat line, so that, at different points in time, we make a broadcast, it gets to you and you're notified of what has to be done. But in the interim, we have started a parallel run, which means that for vital informations, as we post them on the WhatsApp page, we would also post on Telegram, because as we speak, we have new members who have come on board on Telegram, but haven't seen so much activities from us, because we're still just waiting for 2 months to lapse before we then, really cut off finally. But we've actually started a parallel run today. Until the end of January, February, we continue this parallel run until we review our decisions. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Social and Publicity Secretary. Do we have any concerns or questions from members, please? Any concerns or questions?
Good evening, my chairman. Good evening, dear professional colleagues. My name is Adebimpe Yusuf, MBA 21907. Concerning the Telegram migration, I know some of us do have some kind of privacy restriction, but rather than asking people to disable that, you can just send a link and then they now join at will. I think that would help. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, any other comments? Comments, inputs, advisory, so that we can do it better. This is actually a welcome development. Right now, WhatsApp only allows us for 275, and you can see the statistics of our members, meaning we don't have, how many? We have like 25% of our members within the WhatsApp group. So the Telegram will help us to capture our members in entirety. So any other concerns, so that it can be sorted out. But please feel free to reach out to the Secretariat. A mail chip will be sent, an email will be sent. Feel free to reach out to the Secretariat if you have concerns. And just like she said, the broadcast will continue, and more follow-up will be done by the team. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name once again is Emmanuel Zenit, 14425. I think on the issue of the Telegram group, I think I would suggest the Secretariat reach out to those members that are yet to be migrated because of their setting. The Secretariat call them, tell them to give a window and, disable their security. After adding them, they put on back their security. I think that will solve the problem. Because on that platform now, I think we have only 57 people. 57. I just checked now, it's 57. So I think that will work. Instead of telling people to disable their security settings. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
A quick clarification, please. Okay, so and this is to the last speaker, Mr. Zenit. The current platforms for ICANN LDS is not the one that has 56. It's the name of the platform is ICANN LDS, not the one that has ICANN Lagos and District. If you check the one that has ICANN Lagos and District, I have been posting that people should exit that platform. We don't have the admin or the owner of that platform. So people should just exit. There's no way we can collapse that group. It was created a while ago before this initiative came on board. So if you're on that platform, that is not the official page of ICANN LDS Telegram group. So you can kindly exit. I've been posting that, repeatedly to say people should exit that platform. So the official page of ICANN Lagos and District Telegram group is labeled ICANN LDS. If you're yet to be added to the group, kindly, reach out to the Secretariat after this meeting. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I believe that particular platform was created 2 years ago when we were working on a test run. So at least with what you have suggested, let's exit naturally so that the group will collapse on its own. But we'll still review again to find out who created that group so that we can collapse it once and for all. Okay, thank you so much. We can see on display, can you display it very well? Save this, save the district number. The district number has been put out for everyone to see and save on your phone. Okay, thank you. So the next item, please. Update on HMO, the General Secretary, please. We can, the good news here, okay, General Secretary, I know you can do justice to that. Can you take us on the update on the HMO?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairman. There is no justice to be done. It's just to pass information.
Okay.
Well, with respect to our HMO plan, well, you see, whenever it's like ICANN Lagos and District is always blazing the trail in most things now. I can tell you for free. There are so many things that we have initiated that the national body is copying or trying to replicate, and we're opening their eyes to a lot of things. Well, this is one of it. We have talked about this at HMO ever since. Unfortunately, our members are not taking advantage of it. All the work we've been done since July that we came on stream. we had only 7 members that showed interest, to, and we needed a minimum of 10 to start. So we have not been able to start ours. Unfortunately, the national body, that is ICANN, has come up with this same scheme, which is now broad-based for everybody. And we had passed, I think we had passed the information to on the general platform. So the institute now is now having a broad-based HMO scheme services for members. And it will be of good advantage that members should join that of the body, because there's going to be continuity, because it is handled there by the bureaucracy, not by the elected officials. If it's only about district, maybe a new secretary or chairman might come that may not be that enthusiastic, and it might die, which is one of the disadvantages. But when it's handled by the national, it's handled by the bureaucracy, and I think the sustainability and longevity will be more guaranteed. Not that it's not going to guarantee with us, but it will be more guaranteed there. So we'll collapse our own. We will collapse our own, since even the interest has been very low, and encourage members who have who find the need to have an HMO, that's a health insurance plan, to contact the National Secretariat and enroll. I have done that myself, since this local one, our own cannot take up. So I've contacted them, and I'm in the process of perfecting my registration. So it's something that we should applaud. ICANN is moving, and these are things that we'll get. I think their own rate too is almost like ours, but the individual plan, I think the list is 18,000. There's one of 24,000, and then the family plan is 90,000, which is almost like what we also had. So we can always collaborate with national and joint national. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Any question, I can take it.
Thank you so much. Questions, please, of concerns. I'd like to say thank you so much, Mr. Lester, the General Secretary. Thank you for your Secretariat for being on top of this. You can see that the intent was born out of good faith for members to have this scheme for them. And luckily for us, the Institute has taken it up. So we are encouraging everyone to move up to the Institute one. I mean, previously we used to have just the benevolence fund, which means we're waiting for someone to come, our family members, to take it when we die. I've been busy looking at the Institute and say, bros, why are you caring for me only when I die? So this one takes care of the living. And we must applaud the Institute for this initiative. Please, let's roll on to that. If you check your medical bills, most of us pay more than a 50 in a quarter. But if you have a 90,000 sign up, it will help your family for a 12-month period that your medical bills, at least you can be able to subsidize that. So it's a very good initiative. And some of us that are not in structured organizations that are consulting on our own, it's a good scheme to tie into so that we can enjoy the group benefits. We encourage everyone to move into that. If there are suggestions, you don't know how to go about it, and you want us to go as an organized body and approach the Institute, but it's open. This era of COVID has actually made technology to work out well, whereby you can assess what you need. But if you need clarification and guidance, you can also reach out to the Secretariat so that they can guide you. But the information is clear. It's out there by the Institute. So let's work it out, please. Thank you so much. Okay, the next item so that we can roll. Any other business? Do we have any other business, any other item to discuss with the House? It's open. Any topic that is bothering you that you need clarification on, this is the time. Bring it on and let's discuss it.
My chairman.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I want to implore members to register for the Western Zonal Conference scheduled for March 8 to 11, and it's coming up in Mowe at the Redemption Camp. The links, the address have been sent to our portal all this while, and it will continue to send it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Vice Chairman, Mr. John Isesele. Mr. John Isesele is our representative at the ICANN Western District Conference. He has been representing our district from onset because within the committee, there was that instruction that the vice president should be nominated as a representative of the district. So he has all the information on the Western District. If you need more clarification, he'll be open to respond to you. He'll be open to help. And he has been doing a good job by posting all the updates to the House. Remember, the MCP attached to this particular conference is about 16 points. It has opportunity for online and physical. We had attended another, there's one we attended, Mr. Lester, one of the district committee meetings. We attended Kaduna or somewhere in the north.
No, Sokoto.
Sokoto, yes. And it was online, and credit units has been awarded to us. So take advantage of this opportunity and register for the Western District Conference. It's our baby again, it's within our zone. Let's make it happen. And for the district, based on the number of participant registration from our district will still earn some points, and we'll get some gifts for that. We've been getting awards on the registration from our members. Plus, we encourage everyone to sign up. Have we discussed the ICANN conference? General social and publicity, I don't think you have, because we're about to move into the birthday.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. So we can talk about the AAC. The AAC is the Annual Accountants Conference, and it's tagged the Golden Jubilee. The event is going to come up April 5th to 9th, 2021. And the theme of the event is the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Boom for the Accounting Profession, and Panacea for Pandemic. If you want more information about the event, you can visit the ICANN website, www.icannig.org for more details. So the district has to be represented because usually at the AAC, every district comes to have a presentation, which is tagged the district parade. The Event and Planning Committee has done a lot of background work as we speak. And so officially tomorrow, we'll be creating a WhatsApp group for intended members, for members who intend to attend and participate, and also represent the district at the parade that will come up in Abuja. So from tomorrow, if you're on this call and you know you would like to attend the conference and you'd like to also participate at the parade, we will share the link. We would post it on the page tomorrow so that everybody can freely join, and then we can actually start our high-level preparation towards the parade itself. And if you need help regarding logistics, hotel booking, and some other things, you're also free to discuss such with us. Thank you. Chairman, please. Okay, so I'm open to answer any question regarding the AAC. If you have any question, kindly please ask. Thank you. AAC. Okay, so pending the time the chairman comes on board, there are usually three things they look out for at the parade presentation. They look at the continents, they give prizes, awards to the first, second, third largest continent. So that has to do with the number of people who show up to represent the district at the parade. They also give prizes to best performance, because they expect us to come up with drama, different sort of presentation. So they also give prizes
Okay,
for the exhibition.
apologies.
Okay, one more thing, Chairman. And then the third thing also is the best dressed. So because they expect everyone to come up, in a costume, and they want to see the uniformity in your dress code and all. So those are the three areas where they award prizes, and we're looking forward to winning one of those prizes, and come with our first, second, third others forthcoming. So I just like to encourage every one of us to show up, and also identify with the district. Thank you. So over to you, Chairman.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Do we have any comments, or we reach out to the Social and Publicity Secretary to take care of this? If you're going to be at the conference, kindly
Madam
indicate.
Chair.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Please,
Go ahead,
the concern of people which I have interacted with is about COVID-19. Nobody knows. We pray that it will go down, but the pressure we are still feeling about COVID-19 is real. So I think our institute should watch out, and then possibly, take necessary action. Because people will not want to crowd in any place. It's even not allowed by government regulation under this COVID-19 tension. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. I know that our institute is capable of handling this. They've been holding conferences, though last year the second wave is higher. We've gotten more attention. That will be reviewed. That's why they have the option of physical and online. And the institute will handle really and look into the situation as we approach. But from our own standpoint here in the district is, let's indicate our interest, let's tag along, so that whatever decision is taken at that time, if it's going to be purely online, we're still there. Our performance can still be online. Anything can happen, but let's get prepared. Let's be prepared as a district. But thank you so much, Chief. We'll provide updates as the institutes evolve with their decision on the conference.
Okay, quick one, Chairman. Even as we speak right now, there is provision for physical appearance, and there's also provision for online participants. And so if the institute would eventually say everything should be online, then they would definitely communicate to us much later. But as we speak right now, the campaign is ongoing, even at the institute level.
All right, thank you. Social and standing on this.
Okay, Chairman, you can have the floor.
Okay. All right. So standing on that same protocol, go ahead with the birthday celebration, the next item.
Okay, thank you. The district wishes all the January celebrants a wonderful birthday and a prosperous new year. Happy birthday to Dr. Hamed Tunde Kukola, FCA, is one of our past chairmen in the district. Happy birthday, Mr. Olaogun Olawale, FCA. Happy birthday, Mrs. Titilayo Downsi, ACA. Happy birthday, Mr. Jinodu Mohamed Babatunde, FCA. Happy birthday, Mr. Ayo Williams, FCA. Happy birthday, Mrs. Adejoke Ori Nyowo, FCA. Happy birthday, Mr. Shola Odewabi, FCA. Happy birthday, Mr. Oluwadare Ojelade, ACA. Happy birthday, Mrs. Oyinlola Haman Obels, FCA. Happy birthday, Mr. Adewumi Abiodun, ACA. Happy birthday, Mr. Bolaji Olanrewaju, FCA. Happy birthday, Mrs. Olaide Omotoro, ACA. The last said but not the least, happy birthday, Mr. Kabiru Buhari, ACA. Happy birthday, Mr. Biodun Ariyibi, FCA. Happy birthday, Mr. Williams Olajide, ACA. And happy birthday, Mr. Ajayi Adewale Kayode, FCA. We have been announcing this for quite a while, and we just like to remind every member of the district that if you want us to be part of your landmark celebration, kindly send an official invite to the secretariat, and we'll be glad to show our representation. Thank you. Over to you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. So we have the accounts published, which is the account for the subscription fee into the district account. There's a point which from the executive meeting we have not highlighted here. New members, not our members at all. At the moment, we have 2,000 Naira registration for, that's what we were using for registration into the district. But from the executive meeting, it was decided that new members, not old, will now pay 5,000 registration, and the same subscription fee has been maintained, the same 5,000 subscription. I know the General Secretary can throw more light into this. Other districts have moved on. This fee has been there for a long time. General Secretary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think you've said it all. There is a need to review our subscription, like most where Lagos and district is about the list. When we compare from other districts, we still charge 5,000 Naira up till now as annual subscription, even though most of our members are not paying, not really because of not having 5,000 Naira, but maybe the interest to pay. You know, I think for me, it's just the interest to pay, not for want of not having 5,000 Naira per annum. A district like Calabar, their annual subscription is 12,000. Abeokuta is 10,000. Ibadan, the same thing. So, but we still, for this year, since we didn't start it, we still want to maintain the 5,000 for this year and plead with members to please pay up. But now, if you add this year now, we're looking at 3 years subscription that a lot of some people are owing. Just because of records, we are not able to find records of previous, but at least in the last 3 years, we'll be able to compile the records. So we'll keep maintaining the 5,000 Naira for now. Maybe within the year, we might do a review if need be. But new entrants now will pay registration fee of 5,000 instead of the original 2,000 Naira that they normally pay. So going forward, after this meeting, we hope the House will accept this position so we can start implementing it. Thank you, Madam Chairman.
All right, thank you so much for that clarification.
Observation, Madam Chairman.
Yes, please.
It's just a suggestion. My suggestion is that whatever review needs to be done, ESCO can recommend, but the general body, the general meeting will ratify such ratify or not. I mean, ratify otherwise such a suggestion. So that it will be a general house agreement. Yes, that's my suggestion.
Okay, so so go ahead as a general member, please. What's your suggestion? What's your take on it? Do we go with what has been said?
Yes, personally, I believe that a time has come for even our institute as review the subscriptions. So a time has come. So the figure is okay. But what I'm saying is that such a recommendation should be brought to the General House for ratification.
Okay. All right, thank you. Noted, Chief. And that's why we have brought it to the General House. It's just that it didn't come up earlier, but now we're discussing it. It's open for discussion, please. So let's have more comments, then we'll have the House to ratify this position. Any comments, then if we have those that are in full support, what would we say? We say adoption of this particular process. Let's have ratification from the House. Comments before adoption. Comments, please, so that it's seen to have been discussed.
Yes, my name is Martin Ikpehai, Assistant General Secretary.
My name is Frank Obot. Hello?
So,
Hello?
just like Chief Titus Oladile.
My name is Frank Obot, 13323.
Okay, Mr. Samuel Obot, please hold on. Mr. Dr. Martins was on the floor first. Mr. Martins, Dr. Martins, go ahead.
Okay, so I quite support the motion by High Chief Titus Oladile that ESCO should go back and think about any feasible amount to deem fit to be for increasing the current existing membership subscription, annual subscription, and will not bring to the do that as it may, in order to encourage people to promote more compliance. We suggest that on weekly basis, our account number should be flashed on the posted to both the WhatsApp as well as the Telegram platforms, and we at the Secretariat will try by all means to also start sending a reminder to those that are owing, since we have their phone numbers and there are some of their contact details. So those we should be sending them, like demand note for the amount they are owing. So, but what is on Ghana is the issue of increment. So
okay,
the should go back because I'm bring to the house maybe in the next
Doctor, please let me just let me rephrase our position.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me rephrase our position. The ESCO has presented a position which the General Secretary has highlighted, saying the subscription we did not start it at the beginning of the year. We'll just sensitize, but if there has to be an increase, it should be next year, 2022.
Yeah. Yeah.
What has only increased is registration fee to the district. That is the position of the executive.
Okay, that is fine.
Which we are now asking members, to ratify, or their position. I'm just putting the statement straight.
Okay, that's fine.
So we're not asking for ratification from members.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we are ratifying the increase for the new joiners.
From just registration, subscription is still 5,000.
Okay, that's fine.
For old and new.
Okay.
So do we have any, Samuel, please, you were trying to say something.
Yes, my name is Frank Obot.
Mr. Samuel, please.
Frank Obot, 13323.
Okay, Frank, yes.
I support the increment.
I can't hear you, Mr. Frank. Hello?
So he said he supports the increment in registration fee.
Okay, thank you. So that's one.
I support the increment. I support the increment. My number is 13323.
Okay. Thank you. I've heard you. Any seconder, please, so that we can take that. We're 5 minutes behind schedule. About to close.
Debola Olubanjo, number 1619. I support the increase.
All right. Thank you so much. Slide so that we can close up.
Support.
Thank you so much, Chief. Okay. So we now have 3 supports on that. So we have the next slide, which is showing our account number for the building project. Pay your donations towards the ICANN building project into the account below. So this is a dedicated account, just like we mentioned. The strategy group will come up with that document, but in the interim, Please, all your donations should go into this, either using the link or you pay direct into this account. Okay, the next slide, please. Okay, closing prayer. Can we have to take the closing prayer? Any concerns? We're about to close, 4 minutes behind schedule.
Sorry, my hand have been up
About
since, so
to close.
I hope I'm being visible.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
Go ahead, sir.
Martins of Basel is my name, 6765. I'm trying to understand I was trying to understand the when you say the registration, you have to pay the registration and then the subscription. I couldn't really understand. So who are those that should qualify not to pay the registration, or who are those that will pay? Is there a way of knowing the list of even financial members and know how much they are owing, so that one can even pay if they have arrears to pay?
Okay, so just to provide that clarification.
Yes, yeah, Mr. Martin, sorry.
We heard you.
Can I speak?
Go ahead, General Secretary.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Martins, the registration is for new members, those who are joining the district newly. So it's not for old members. We used to charge 2,000 naira for registration and 5,000 naira annual dues. So those who are registering, so from after this meeting, now since the motion has been carried, any new person joining the district will pay the 5,000 instead of 2,000. That is that. Then on the other angle, which I even wanted to say that we have been sending, in fact, the secretariat sends this almost on bi-weekly basis to people's email, official email. People, yeah, I mean, debts has been sent to people's official emails almost on bi-weekly basis. So if you've not received yours, maybe your email with us is not correct, or your WhatsApp number with us is not correct. We do this every 2 weeks. It's because we do it's free with our data. That's why we keep doing it. And so we appreciate that members should just help. The 5,000 naira we are paying now, sincerely, yes, things are hard, but I will never admit that 5,000 naira will be hard for a citizen of this country, a member of this district, for a whole year. So it's just maybe out of oversight, or not just wanting interesting. Look, let me just say this. First week of this month, I was still in my village enjoying my Christmas. A member called me that she wants to pay her. I was in my village, first week of this year, that she wants to pay her subscription, that I should please forward the account number to her. I was in my village. That shows the interest the member had in the district. And I think everyone of us should have such interest. The 5,000 naira may not, I mean, it's small, as far as I'm concerned. And I think for the standard we are in this district, 5,000 naira is small for us not to pay up. So we've been sending the remand notice. We will keep sending it. We'll keep sending, but we will not be able to spend money, because that is the only money we used to run the district. We don't receive money. Last year, there was no training because of COVID. We didn't make money from training. So the district is in real financial strain. And the only options we have is our members' dues. We're about 1,000. Less about 800. Assume 800 persons pays their 5,000 naira membership dues. That's 4 million. And that will take care of our running costs for the district. So please, let's help the district. And so that we don't owe staff salary. Right now we have some debts, our rent and other things. So please, we must be able to speak as it is. We are really, really having it rough in the district, and it's only members' dues that can help us weather the storm. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. I thank you for the elaborate explanation. So what you are sending to people's email, is it the subscription for this year or the arrears?
Accumulation. Those for this year.
Can I say, since I didn't receive, I don't owe, I just only probably this year that I'm owing.
Okay, all right.
Is it possible like that?
No. If you are not owing,
Is it a right assumption
that
since I'm not receiving such email?
No, it's not. It's not the right assumption. Maybe if you didn't receive, that means you are not owing.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, if you didn't receive, that is other two things. You are not owing, and or your email is not correct. So that's the two things. But you can always check up with the secretariat as to your financial position. It's simple. The lines are there. You can call up the office manager anytime. I mean, anytime within the working hours, she will be able to give you a position at the click of the button.
All right.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
To your financial position to respond.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. It's 8 p.m. We've had an elaborate discussion. We intentionally allowed it to be so because this is the beginning of the year. At a house, we're supposed to discuss in full. And I think all the matters have been dealt with very well and quite professionally. At this note, I would like to thank everyone and ask for a closing prayer. Can we have a nominee for this, please? Closing prayer.
Shall we pray? My name is Franchiko Sisioma, 24691. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you for your mercies upon our lives. Thank you for gathering us this evening. Thank you for bringing us into New Year. Accept our praises, Lord, in the name of Jesus. Thank you for
from this line.
For the deliberation we had this evening because of the year. We pray that this issue of pandemic will become a thing of personalness in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Lord, for hearing our prayers. In Jesus' name, we are praying.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. And thank you, everybody, for your contributions. Thank you, my Vice Chairman. Thank you, General Secretary. Thank you,
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, just before we finally exit, motion for adjournment, please. Okay. Although we have prayed, let just somebody move motion for us to be just to make up the minutes.
Properly closed. Okay.
Yeah. I move for the motion for adjournment. Chief Justice Oladuni 6043.
Thank you.
13323 Frank Obo. I second the motion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, my chairman.
Have a nice evening.
My chairman.
Thank you.
Good night, all.
Please
Thank you very much.
Put on your videos. Let's see your faces. So put on videos. Let's see your faces. So.
Alesta, I can see you. Hello, madam.
Thank you.
Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Well done, ma.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, we can see the chair now. That's good.
Alesta, one office.
Madam, just flash her face.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Leave it for a while now.
Good evening. Thank you.
Hey, Alaja.
Thank you, Alaja.
Alaja, well done. How are you?
Thank you, I'm fine.
Thank you. Good evening,
nice. Happy New Year. Nice seeing you.
Incoming African president.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night,
Thank
all.
you.
All right, good night.
Good night. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Keneto.